is Off the Dirt, and I'm so honored to be here with Robbie Powers, the man who founded American 300. So welcome to the couch.
It is awesome to be back with the Wrangler Network. You know, it's the only network that showcases this annual event that we've been doing for the Department of Defense on Memorial Day, the Wrangler National Patriot Tour. And I'll tell you what, Alexis, one of these days we're going to have to throw you in some duds and get you over with us.
For sure.
It's all about sharing stories. And two amazing guests this year. They make the 18th and 19th military member that we've met on Memorial Day. That's everywhere incredible. From Iraq and Afghanistan to Northern Africa. And this year, Camp Bondsteel in Kosovo, where Martinez was flying Babcocks, and Tech Sergeant Chung in his military working dog compound in Jordan on the Syrian border.
Wow, that's incredible. Let's backtrack a little bit. What is American 300 and what is Wrangler National Patriot Tour? Because for people at home that want to get involved, how can they do that?
It all started for me in 2006. I lost a buddy that saved my life back in the 80s when I was a sergeant. And I just decided I needed to do something to pay it forward. You know, we're losing 22 vets a day to suicide. And I was one of those guys back in the 80s, and this sergeant reached down and grabbed a hold of me like I know either one of these brothers would do for me and said, "No, Robbie, you're not going to go that way." And I got out, went on and coached Olympic teams, and he stayed in. And so in 2006, when he was killed in Western Afghanistan, I called up others that had stayed in, and I said, "What can I do to help? Give me a broom, I'll go sweep his Black Hawk pilot out, you know, or I'll go shovel the kennels." And they said, "You know, Rob, why don't you just go over and share the story of your NCOs, and especially the one that saved your life, kept you from doing the worst thing you could do." And so that was the start. And so 90% of the time, when I'm not on Memorial Day with the Wrangler Cowboys and Cowgirls and country artist Lucas Hogue, we're bringing subject matter experts in, been there, done that. Been there, done that, and live to tell the story. And I don't know, I mean, I've shared a lot of stories with Gammy. I get to visit Gammy's base in Kosovo 3 times while he was deployed there. Hung out in your call room. They've got the world's largest puzzle that they work on. Right?
Something to pass time,
like
right?
That,
It's crazy.
It's like 9,000 piece puzzle.
Yeah, 9,000
Oh my
piece.
gosh, wow. You need something to pass time, though, too. And so this is just a great way to even get involved and go there and entertain them. Because, I mean...
Oh, you're talking now about the Wrangler National Patriot Tour.
Just being deployed in general.
Yeah, that tour I only do once a year with Wrangler, and now we've expanded to 2. And what I really want the network followers to know is that the Memorial Day Tour is not the only one that Wrangler steps up to the plate for. We have for 6 years been supporting our Marine Mountain Warfare Training Center, which is the only equestrian special operations program in the Department of Defense.
That's amazing.
And so on July 4th, we've got Wrangler National Patriots in the mountains of the Sierra Nevada, not all that far from here, actually.
Yes.
And then, of course, the Memorial Day Tour. It's 8 years, 8 years old. Every year we run across a couple Bubbas and say, "Hey, when are you getting home? Are you going to be off your deployment by the time December comes around?" And so, yeah, I mean, you guys are having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
We got to go to their first rodeo last night. It was awesome.
Oh, amazing. So do you like it?
Oh, that was awesome,
Yeah, it's a pretty fun, jam-packed adventure.
Oh, the PRCA, you know, Carl, the announcement that Carl's retiring, that definitely weighs a little heavy for me, because 9 years ago when we decided to cook this up, Carl was right there. Mr. Stressman was right there and said, "Robbie, whatever PRCA can do to help make it happen." Of course, Wrangler, you know, Phil McAdams, Alan Montgomery, Joe Hertz, who's retired from Wrangler now, but a Purple Heart recipient, used to be the general manager, and my brother, Jeff Chadwick, one of the directors. You know, Jeffrey cooked this up. I'm sitting on a plane ride with him one day. We didn't know each other. I look across, I go, "Geez, Wrangler briefcase," and he's got all the Wranglers. I said, "You work for Wrangler?" He goes, "Matter of fact, I do." And we got talking, and he realized I was the one that was taking Olympic athletes and astronauts and whatnot over to share their life stories. And he said, "You ever heard of Tough Enough to Wear Pink?" And I said, "Yeah, that's like a breast cancer fundraiser that Wrangler is involved with." And he goes, "Do you think that we could do something for the military similar?"
I love that.
Yeah, like nanosecond, I think it would work. And look where we've come in 9 years. They just have them out, fresh off the press. George Strait's signature Wrangler red, white, and blue shirts are now in the lineup for 218.
That's amazing.
And every one of those signature George Strait Wrangler National Patriot shirts that get sold, proceeds go to A-rated nonprofits. So if you got a 30% administrative fee, you're not going to get a donation from that program. But if you're like Fisher House, American 300, really low admin, where money goes to the Bubbas, then you're going to get a donation.
And right now is the perfect time to give, because Christmas is coming up. So how can people get involved with American 300?
Well, you can always go to American300.org. And we've got all the social stuff. We follow you, Alexis, and we're big fans of the network.
You guys as well.
But this being the Western world, I just have to say, I put a post up. Last night we had the honor of going to one of the big stage shows that Lucas, your buddy, our buddy, Lucas Hogue was performing at. And it dawned on me, he starts every show out by talking about the troops.
I love that.
And, a lot of country artists do that. But it dawned on me that Lucas has spent more times with the troops overseas than any other country artist. And I know Daryl Worley, and I know some of the boys that have done a lot of trips. No one's done as many days with the troops as Lucas Hogue.
That's a true testament to who he is.
Nobody in the Western industry has done as much for the troops as the PRCA and especially the Wrangler Corporation. I mean, bar none.
Yes.
And I'm guessing with this red, white, and blue campaign coming out that there'll probably be some competitors that peddle off red, white, and blue shirts. But if it doesn't have the George Strait tape in the collar, it's not helping us Bubbas out. That's all I got to say about that.
Well, we're definitely going to have to go buy some because anything to support our troops, we are 100% behind it at Wrangler. So thank you guys all. And thank you all for your service as well.
You're very welcome.
Of course,
I can't wait to watch them come out of the stagecoach.
Oh, I know. It's going to be awesome. Tonight at the National Finals Rodeo. So good luck, guys.
Last night. Thanks so much, Alexis.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Wrangler Network fans. And share the word. I want to see the Wrangler Network Facebook page go over 1 million here in this year to come.
Yes. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time on Off the Dirt.